Hi, we're live. Super excited. So today, if you guys don't already know, I'm going to be bringing on my friend Sanjana, who is going to share with us, how she has actually used self-trust in her life and is implementing it now. And here she is. All right, let's see if it worked. Instagram's doing its thing. Yay! Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yay, amazing. Alrighty. So, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited to share your story, and I've sort of seen you like really blossoming over the last few months. So, I'm really, really excited for you to share what's been going on. But before we get into the juicy details, let everybody know who you are. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? Who are you? Let us all know.
Yeah, my name is Sanjana, as you all know, and I'm originally from Bangalore, but now I'm currently living in Toronto. And I am a mindset coach. I help women gain clarity in their life, basically what their passions are, what their purpose is, and help them set goals so that they can navigate and take steps and, actually fulfill their purpose.
Yes, and clarity is so, so, so important. So I love that that's something that you talk about, and it's something that I get a lot of questions about. So I'm excited to introduce you to my audience here. If anybody's looking for clarity, Sanjana is your girl. So let's jump into it. I'm so excited that you're here. Share with us, before we had our session about a month or two ago, I think it was, before we had that session, sort of like where were you at? Because I know you were starting this business, but where was your mindset at?
Yeah, so initially when I got this idea on, starting this business, I wrote down like, okay, step one, step two, step three, what? And then when I actually started taking actions on it, there was all these, thoughts as to, because this is like you're putting yourself out there to, it just got, am I audible now?
Yep, we can hear you now. It cut out for a little bit, but it's fine. We can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I was putting myself out there for judgment and, and a lot of people who know me are there on my Instagram. I didn't want to, because I've done that in the past of escaping from my personal account, creating a new account. And then when people found me there, I again like went into that cocoon. So I didn't want to do that again. And I wanted to like post about my business on this account itself. And that was really intimidating to know that there are people watching and they are there to judge whether you fail or you don't fail and all of those things. So all these thoughts came into like my head when I was going to take action. I was kind of self-sabotaging myself, when it actually came to posting certain video. There are so many videos that I filmed and not like published it. It's even there sitting in my YouTube, but I don't click that publish button. I've made it private. So
Wow.
yeah, I was in that stage. And when I got a call from you, you spoke about like self-trust and imposter syndrome. So that imposter syndrome is something that caught my eye, because I felt like I've always trusted myself and I didn't connect imposter syndrome to self-trust. And I feel that's where I was, I didn't know like uh, what to repair in me, like per se. So when I saw that imposter syndrome, I was like, great, it would be, nice catching up with someone who can guide me through this and all that. And then during our session, you remember we did an analysis like best case scenario and worst case scenario.
Yes.
Yeah, so when I was talking with you, something that came up was I had not really thought about this, but something that came up was about the job that I was working in the past. So I had quit that job, moved to another country, and tried. I've given myself 2 years to like try something new and see what works out and what doesn't. My
Yeah.
main fear was that if I fail, like what's gonna happen?
Right.
It's out in the open that I went to try something and that didn't work out. And in order to avoid that situation, I was like, self-sabotaging and using that as a guard, like not to take action. But then I realized that, well, if I don't take action, I'm failing anyways. Like if I don't try,
Yeah.
I'm failing anyways.
That's
So
the joke. Yeah.
yeah, and and yeah, when we did that best case and worst case scenario analysis, we were like, best case, what's going to happen? Okay, I'm going to launch this business and it's going to be super awesome. I'll get to help a lot of amazing women on all that. And then worst case scenario, what was going to happen is that I try, things don't work out as I expected it to be. Probably I try again and then it doesn't work out again. I just go back and look for another job. So that is the worst case scenario, and which is not bad at all if you look at it from like, you know, a perspective. So yeah, that really helped me. And also the implementation workbook that I used. So when I was,
Yes.
yeah, when I, until here, I was like, fine, okay, great, you know, I can take action and all that. But then when I saw that implementation workbook, there was another step that I had to do. So whenever I had this fear of like telling myself that statement that, hey, look, if it doesn't work out, I can go back and I can, you know, can get a job. I have that much confidence on myself that I can do that. So why not just give it a try?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love everything that you said. And for
Mm-hmm.
those of you listening, this is similar to like Yola's story 2 days ago, where she took the tools that I have, which are very specific tools. It's like a very specific workbook. It's a very specific conversation of an analysis. My tools are very specific. And Sanjana, as well as Yola, they put in the work, and that's where they got the results. It wasn't just the one, 30 to 40-minute call that we had. It's they used all of the workbooks, all of the things that I'm putting out, all the exercises in the emails or whatever, and are actually putting in the work. And by the way, that is a huge act of self-trust. So you doing that, Sanjana, is you trusting yourself and you believing in yourself enough to actually put in the work, be vulnerable to and open to these new things and actually do them. So that's amazing. And also for you guys listening, the worst case scenario analysis is a really fantastic conversation that if you work with me, we will do that exercise. And it basically, the point of it is to show you just how freaking powerful you already are and how the worst case scenario is not even like a big deal. So that's a fun exercise. So I'm really glad that that was a big insight for you. What was like, were there any other like aha moments that you had as you started to implement the work? Like there was the one where we had the conversation, you had an insight there, but then you started doing the work. Were there any insights when you were like doing the workbooks and putting it in and putting yourself out in your business?
Yeah, I think it was more when I put myself out and I started my podcast, and then like I started becoming more consistent on Instagram, you know, like showing my face. I also challenged myself to like put daily videos on YouTube so that I get used to on camera. And
Awesome.
when I was doing that, you know, to my surprise, a lot of people who I was like terrified about how they might judge me, that is people who I know in my personal life, not
Yes.
unknown person. So the way when they reached out to me, they were like, "Oh, hey, I listened to that podcast episode. It was so nice. Like, can you talk about this?" You know, the way I got like the responses that I got was so supportive, and I just felt like, oh my God, I'd mistaken how people think about me and how they might judge and all of that. But
Yeah.
as of now, they're all super supportive, and yeah, it's been really great. And that was really, really surprising for me because I'd never really actively put myself out for judgment, you know, in
Yeah.
on a public platform. So whether it's like those DMs that they send, or you know, when I'm casually talking to a friend of mine, and suddenly like I don't even bring up this topic, and suddenly they bring up this topic and say, hey, I really like that episode, I really like that video. Or when I don't put out a video, they're like, hey, why didn't you put out a video? So they will like
That's
follow up.
awesome.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I love that you said that because I think a lot of people in our audience collectively, like you're the girls that follow you, the people that follow me, I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them, do want to put themselves out there or start
Yeah.
businesses. When women start businesses, they attract other women that want to start businesses. And a big fear that people have, it's like a flavor of imposter syndrome, but it's
Mm-hmm.
that fear of judgment by people that you know. And here's the thing, when you put yourself out there, the people that follow you first are like your family and friends. It's the people around you. And so when you put yourself out there, those are the first people that see what you're doing. And typically we have this fear that people are going to make fun of us, people are going to laugh at us. And I had the exact opposite experience like you, where I had the same experience as you, where people were like, oh my God, your page is so cool, like what, like I love that you did this. Or they're like watching my lives, my mom's friends are like, this is amazing, I'm sending this to my daughter right now. And like I would never have expected that. So anyways, I just want to say for anybody who's wanting to start a business, if you have this fear, look at us. It's the opposite thing that will happen. People will support you. It's the most beautiful thing. So yay. I love that that was your experience. And tell us about, what does it look like now? I know that you just launched something, which is super exciting. Like, what are you up to now? And how does self-trust, play into what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think the way the perspective about me should change, like the second perspective basically. So rather than looking at it as, oh my God, if I put out something, will people like it? Or if it, what if it doesn't help them? Or will it be as useful as I think it would be? Rather than thinking about all these things and inducing fear and stopping myself, I kind of realized that, hey, like, let me put it out. I'm not holding a gun on anyone's head and asking them to use this or like watch my videos or something. It is up to their wish and will whether they want to watch it or not. And if they
Yeah.
find it useful, they'll definitely come back. So
Yeah.
just giving myself and giving myself a view that if I'm not putting this out, then probably I'm robbing something off people. I'm not even giving them this information that, I have and they can use, which might be helpful for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what, well, yeah, I shouldn't be like, be that selfish that, because of this fear of judgment, that I don't even give myself and others the opportunity to know all these things.
Yeah. Ah, amazing. And you even sharing right now is a huge service to other women who are watching this, or people who are watching this that are wanting to do the same thing and have the same fear. We have a comment right here too. Recently started group, and yes, feel the same. Yeah, we got you. DeWand Embers Tarot. Yes, we relate, girl or man, whoever you are. We definitely relate. And, you're definitely welcome in this space. And so you can add what you see here, me and Sanjana putting ourselves out there, sharing is totally possible for you too. So thanks for coming on and watching. Yay, I'm so proud of you. And I've seen you launching so many amazing things. Tell us about what you just launched so that we all know what you're up to.
Yeah, I just launched a free library. Basically, you would get, guided meditations and some workbooks which will help you gain clarity, overcome resistance. And I'm also in like collaboration with another Reiki instructor. So she's helping me create, all these amazing resources which would help people like overcome their limiting beliefs and just go from that phase of thinking to actually taking action so that they can see some progress.
Yes, amazing. So if you guys want access to even more amazing resources, definitely go check out Sanjana's page because I'm already in her library and it's looking awesome. So you guys need to go check it out. And that's actually how this opportunity came up. I was like, "Whoa, girl, you're launching stuff. Like I'm seeing you all over my Instagram now. What's going on? Is this because of some of the work that we did together?" And she said, "Yes." And I was like, "Come on and share your story because I want everybody to know like how this is working in your life and how you're implementing this work and how like tangible it is to implement. You know what I mean? Too. It's very specific. I'm not going to give you like random stuff that you can't actually use. It's like real tools that you can use. So yay, I'm so freaking proud. Is there anything else that you would want to share with like your audience, about what you're up to and like, or like any tips on self-trust and how you implement them for your audience?
Yeah. I think the first step is like what I teach is about gaining clarity in what you want to do and what steps you want to take, what actions you want to take. And then the very next thing that comes into picture is self-trust. Like if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't trust in yourself, no matter like what strategies you have, what tools you have, it's like it's not possible, or it definitely limits, the kind of results that you get. And self-trust is also like a constant process. It's not
Yeah.
about oh, once you get self-trust, like you have trust on yourself and then everything goes on autopilot. It's not that. You need to keep doing like consistent. It's something like workout. You need to keep constantly
Mhm.
working out to stay healthy, and self-trust is the same thing. And one more thing that I found really useful in my journey was to kind of go look back in my life, in my past life, to see when what were the situations wherein I was scared, or I was I had this fear of judgment, and I took the action and it turned out well. So to
Yeah.
find evidences and to give myself the proof that, hey, look, you have done this in the past and you can do it again.
Yes, that's such a good one, and one that people don't don't
Yeah.
really like think about. We're always sort of like, what are your goals, and make a vision board, and it's like, make a vision board of all your accomplishments. Like, look back in your
Yeah.
life and like write down all of like the things that you did and all the projects you completed, and any like if you won anything, any scholarships or awards or what, like just put it all on one board so you can see how freaking awesome you are. And every single person watching this has enough stuff, enough accomplishments to fill an entire wall. I guarantee it. So definitely, I love that you shared that, because that's a really, really good one. Yay! Thank you so much. What an awesome conversation. I really loved seeing you like blossom and like share yourself and share your resources, because I know they're going to be super useful. Clarity is extremely, extremely important. So I love knowing you and knowing an expert in the space of clarity. So that's amazing. Where can we find you? Where can people come and connect with you?
Yeah, my handle is Bitojam, that is Bitojam, and then you can like DM me. I respond to all the DMs, and link in my bio through which you can opt in for, the free resource library that I just launched.
Woohoo! And if you're watching this in the replay later, you are going to find Sanjana's handle tagged in there, so you can go say hello and send her DM. We're always DMing our community. We love you guys so much. So go and connect with her and see what she's been up to, which has been really awesome things. And she has a podcast and a YouTube channel, right? As well. Sanjana, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. So you also have a podcast and a YouTube channel, right?
Yes. Yeah. My podcast is called One Day at a Time, and platforms that, the podcasts are available. And then my YouTube channel is just Sanjana Raj.
Woo! Amazing. Okay, so you guys can go check out Sanjana's handle in the link below. If you're watching the replay, you can go find her, get into her resource library. It's awesome. And then go check out her podcast and her YouTube. And with that, thank you so much, Sanjana, for coming on. I hope you can still hear me. I hope I'm not like blocked out and cutting out with the internet. But thank you so much for coming on. And we will see everybody later. Bye.
Yes, I can